new LEGO Zelda sets could be closer than you think. The Legend of Zelda officially entered the LEGO universe. The announcement came on May 28, 2024, when LEGO and Nintendo released a joint statement confirming the release of their first collaborative set based on the legendary video game series. That same day, reservations for the product opened on lego.com/Zelda and in LEGO stores, with an official release date of September 1, 2024. This move confirmed what many had long suspected. LEGO and Nintendo had been preparing a Zelda-centric product line for years, and the Great Deku Tree would be just the beginning. The set, officially titled 77,092 Great Deku Tree 2-in-1, represents an impressive exercise in homage and design. With a total of 2,500 pieces and a price of $299.99, it is an 18-plus model clearly aimed at adult collectors. But beyond the price or the number of pieces, what sets it apart is its dual functionality. The set allows you to build two different versions of the iconic Deku Tree. One based on Ocarina of Time with green foliage, and another based on Breath of the Wild with pink cherry blossoms. This makes the model a sort of symbolic bridge between two generations of Zelda fans. The set also includes 4 minifigures: Link and Princess Zelda in their Breath of the Wild outfits, Young Link, and Ocarina of Time version Link. Also included are buildable representations of iconic characters and enemies, such as Hestu with his maracas, various Koroks, Deku Baba Crabs, Navi the Fairy, a Skulltula, and even a Deku Sprout. Some of these elements incorporate entirely new pieces, such as the Hylian Shield and the Ocarina, designed specifically for this set. But while this set is already a milestone in itself, the most exciting things are yet to come. Because this launch isn't a standalone product, it's the first step in a possible new themed line, something LEGO has hinted at by creating an exclusive Zelda section on its official website. Something that only happens with major licenses like Star Wars, The Lord of the Rings, or Fortnite. This implies that LEGO isn't just planning to sell one set, but to develop an entire collection. The question is, what might that collection include? What other sets might we see between now and 2026? To answer that question, we must first look at the current context. At the time of the Deku Tree announcement, some specialized media outlets were already talking about a potential expansion if the set performed well in sales. Previous leaks, particularly on the Bricktastic site and by users known as Fateful_04, accurately anticipated many of the details of set 77,092 before its announcement. And now, those same sources suggest the existence of a second set, not yet officially confirmed, bearing the number 77,093 and scheduled for release in early 2026. While no concrete details about its contents have been revealed, the fact that the number is assigned and that the source is the same one that correctly predicted the previous set significantly increases its credibility. Logic suggests that if the Deku Tree opened the door, set 77,093 could solidify the line. This is where informed speculation comes in. Given that the first set is a large static build with a focus on display and nostalgia, LEGO is likely to continue along those same lines. One of the strongest candidates is Hyrule Castle, either in its classic Ocarina of Time version or its modern reinterpretation in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom. This castle is not only a central symbol of the Zelda universe, but also offers multiple design possibilities: towers, dungeons, gardens, throne rooms, and secret areas. Additionally, it could include additional minifigures like Ganondorf, Impa, or alternate versions of Zelda. Another possible candidate is the Temple of Time, which has appeared in several installments of the series and was even the subject of a very popular proposal on LEGO Ideas in 2022. This temple would allow for the creation of a more compact but equally iconic set, perhaps with mechanical functions like opening doors, movable columns, or internal lighting. Other ideas circulating among the community include the Kokiri Forest, with tree houses and organic structures, the fairy fountain, or even specific dungeons like the fire or water dungeons, which could be part of a modular collection, similar to sets in Star Wars or Minecraft. Others dream of a set focused exclusively on the Master Sword, represented as a pedestal in the middle of the forest with vegetation, lighting effects, and a function that allows it to be inserted or removed. All of this may sound like mere speculation, but there's a concrete basis. LEGO has already followed this pattern with other franchises. For example, with The Lord of the Rings, it started with a premium set, Rivendell, and then expanded the collection. With Nintendo, it did the same with Mario, starting with interactive sets and then releasing expansions, mansions, and castles. The key difference is that Zelda hasn't been treated as a children's franchise, but rather as a premium license. Unlike Super Mario, whose focus was playful and childlike from the start, Zelda has been positioned as a collectible, aimed at nostalgic adults, hardcore fans of the series, and LEGO collectors. The price of the set, its design, the 18-plus focus, and its exclusive distribution through official channels confirm this strategy. And here comes another important factor: community reception. While many celebrated the level of detail in the Deku Tree set and its faithful representation of the Zelda universe, others criticized the price, considering that €300 for 2,500 pieces and only 4 minifigures is excessive, even by the standards of licensed sets. On social media and forums like Reddit and Eurobricks, there has been debate about whether the set justifies its price or whether it should have included more content. Despite this, most agree that it's a historic milestone to finally have an official Zelda set, and that the level of homage to the video game, from Hestu's maracas to the Easter eggs hidden in the tree, is commendable. Furthermore, with these types of products, profitability is measured not only by sales volume, but also by the activation of a new product line. If the set sells well and generates demand, it opens the door to more releases. If not, LEGO could opt for smaller, more accessible sets, perhaps geared toward a mixed audience, as it did with Animal Crossing. In this context, several scenarios can be imagined for 2025 and 2026. The first is the release of Set 77093 as a new large model, similar in characteristics to the Deku Tree, be it Hyrule Castle, the Temple of Time, or some other iconic location. The second scenario would be a diversification of products. Smaller sets, perhaps between €50 and €100, depicting specific scenes, characters, or locations from the world of Zelda. These could be released in waves, as is done with Marvel or Star Wars sets, allowing fans to build their own Hyrule piece by piece. The third scenario, less likely but not impossible, is a mixed line combining large display sets with more playable sets, including interactive or mobile features. And let's not forget that Zelda offers a huge range of styles and eras. It's not just one universe, but multiple versions of the same universe, each with its own aesthetic and narrative. This gives LEGO the freedom to create sets inspired by classic titles like A Link to the Past, handheld versions like Link's Awakening, or more modern installments like Tears of the Kingdom. They could even explore more abstract concepts, such as representations of the Triforce, boss battles, or key cinematics, such as the final fight against Ganon or the acquisition of the Master Sword. In short, the Great Deku Tree set isn't the end, but rather the beginning of a new era for Zelda fans and LEGO collectors. With the existence of Set 77093 not yet officially confirmed but supported by credible leaks, and with the precedent of other franchises treated with the same level of detail, everything indicates that we will see new products before the end of 2026. If the performance of the first set is positive, we can expect a sustained expansion, perhaps with an annual delivery of large models, or a combination of premium sets and more affordable entry-level sets. The world of Hyrule is full of possibilities, and LEGO has only opened the first door. From here on out, everything will depend on community support and commercial success. But one thing is clear, the dream of seeing Link, Zelda, and their adventures transformed into bricks is now a reality. And the future could be even more epic. That said, if you liked the video, I recommend you subscribe so you don't miss any of these incredible collaborations. And if you're left wanting more, I recommend this video here. See you there.